Yeah. So the transports, they're hanging up here near the prior high. That's bullish. But like everything indice wise today, we need to see them from the bullish point of view hold above today's low. Obviously, this green bar being engulfed by a red and breaking down is going to point prices to the downside from there. And getting above today's high should start a move above here. So let's get some alerts set because I don't have an alert on the transports here. Because if they do, we're going to have to look at some transportation stocks. And while the airlines don't look anything like this, they did have a decent day yesterday. More bottoming type of patterns, which I'm not a big fan of, but that is what's going to help the transports push up to new highs. And this is where the real strength is. So you can see that 60-minute looks pretty much like the transports, but the daily doesn't. But this is what's going to help it go up. And so we'll take a look through some of those today, looking for them if the transports start to break out to the upside. The Russell, new all-time highs, pushing up here. So the same situation as far as high and low of today. Can it get above yesterday's high? Does it stay above yesterday's low? Now, something that hasn't happened, but we've got to keep an eye on. If it has an inside day today, then we have to be very aware of a potential for a breakout bar failure. And if this starts coming down, that would, since this is where the money's been flowing into, this is showing relative strength. That's going to put a drag on the market. So just a thought, getting ahead of today. But whenever you see a breakout like this out of a small consolidation and it's followed by an inside day, if you were long that pattern, I've just found that it's been best to step aside if it breaks below the low of the inside day. Because the breakout, the inside day break below creates a lot of uncertainty and it brings in selling, and just never know how much that it's going to bring in. So I found it better to step aside, reevaluate on that kind of pattern. If you bought the breakout, if you're in from down here, you could obviously give it a little bit more wiggle room to see what's going to go on. But a break below the inside day, the breakout bar failure, you're going to be a loser almost immediately, depending on, unless you bought the low of the bar. Anyway, so Qs, same story. Can it get above yesterday's high? It's going to get below this low here, ultimately that low. But I think if it trades below yesterday's low, which is there, it'll go through the bottoming tail bars low, which is right there on the intraday pattern. So right now, just trading inside of that range. The grayish color is what's happening right now. So just chopping sideways, going nowhere, neutral. Transports, same thing. Spiders, same thing. Does it get above this high or below that low? In between here, more if you're trading spiders, Qs, S&P, E-minis, you better be fast. And, it's going to be choppy. You don't have any direction here. It's very difficult. Futures, maybe the same. You can see it's actually trading inside, but at least it's in the upper half of the range. So, and we'll see if it gets above the high, down below the low. If we have an inside day and it just chops in between this area here, it's probably going to be a boring day, market-wise anyway. Qs, same thing, trading in between the ranges. That's the bottoming tail bar. It's not really a bottoming tail bar, it's just a tail, but So those are the reference points. And this is showing some weakness, as you can see. It's getting closer to that support level, red so far on the daily chart. Dow is going sideways. Nothing happening here. Flip a coin. So the reversal that happened here so far, this look, there's uncertainty about it going lower, but the wide range bar down, inside bar in the lower half, this still says it can go lower. It just got to break below today's low, and you'd have a continuation pattern to the downside. And if it does that, we're going to look for shorts. And not quite the same, obviously. And this really creates more uncertainty because it doesn't look exactly like the Dow, which most of the time it does, where today would be trading in the bottom half, or all of this price action would have been in the bottom half of the red bar. So we can't be all that sure. I guess that's the message. We're not sure. And so far, things are really neutral. Oil continues to push higher. Looks great. Gold looks lower. And bearish. Wide range bar igniting to the downside under this support. Now, as it was going sideways here, it was like, okay, which way it's going to go? Now we know. Gold's going to go lower. And let's see that here. Oh. Unless home construction is going to be the recipient of a miracle, and this is going to reverse back up here, this definitely looks lower. And I've got some multiples of these stocks in thumbnails to keep an eye on to see about if they can show the continued weakness today. And Walmart reported, but up into resistance. We'll see what it does if it gets through that. Cisco is lower, so maybe a call spread candidate. Dan will update us on that. Wrestling, whoa. Wow. I guess people like watching these guys throw each other around. And just looking what else is in here. Let's have an alert on this just in case it breaks lower. That would be interesting. Since it's at this resistance, if it broke under these lows here. Apple held up really well yesterday. And LKR. That's popping up. Kind of messy daily. I don't know. Probably on the moving with the Walmart. Facebook. Moving lower. GE. Keeps grinding out that bottom. So you see the tech, this yellow and red, right? See a bunch of tech here. We'll see what happens. Nothing of great significance. Tesla, more negative, but so far holding. It's got a void below, so that would open up the door to some decent downside if it doesn't hold here. And Netflix, maybe it can break out. And pretty much the same things in here. Okay, I'll take a look at this, see if what it does. It looks kind of interesting. It's definitely gotten a lot of attention. All right, Dan, I'll let you take it over.
All right, good morning. Sound check. All right, hey Tim and everyone else.
I assume Dan is around.
Yeah, Greg, can you hear me or are you muted? All righty then, let's look at our opens. I just take a quick glance. There's no disasters whatsoever, but we'll go through them. As always, our Nike. Remember, we did a put spread yesterday. We're looking for a directional today. And, I'll do that little video I told you about on how to analyze, different option trades. XLE covered call doing fine. XRT covered call doing fine. Visa down 15 cents covered call doing fine. XOP put spread fine, just grinding higher. Our WFC we covered half. Halliburton we're not in, but I told you I was going to watch it. Look at that now. We got to look at the oil sectors. Oil is gapping up a little bit, but look, this is a bullish consolidation in the daily. Wow. So I like that Halliburton. I'm going to be watching that today. CSX, Greg showed you, it's fine. Covered call. FTR put spread, it's fine. Hopefully it'll, expire worthless, but we have break-even stop now. Bid gapping up 49 cents. That looks good. We have it in both letters. CMG put spread. That looks good. Teradyne we stopped out of. Let me get that out of my position minder. See, that was the one I moved to break even, and now it looks higher. We don't call it a higher low yet until we have one more higher low bar, but that's just a definition. This is telling me it's a higher low because of the strength of yesterday's bar. QEP, I've been watching for an entry and, haven't done it. These are some that I pulled off Greg's screen yesterday of sectors, XLY, XLB. Oh, and talking about these sectors, ETFs, Greg and I, we decided last night we're going to do a webinar on trading and investing in ETFs next Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And, it'll be solely on looking at liquid ETFs. So this XLB looks like a put spread candidate. XME put spread candidate. IGT I'm watching on a pullback. And that's it there. Let's go to my gapping stocks. Disney's not a gapping stock, but I just, there was a headline in the journal about, management, whatever, and I didn't read the article. I just look at the chart. But look at this major support on daily, major support on the weekly. So this is a no-brainer put play. So I'll watch that and see what kind of juice we can get. Well, I'll do it right now because we're not in a hurry. Earnings season is coming down. So it already announced earnings. So I can go all the way out to June, which is now 29 days. This ain't bad. We aren't going to get our 10%, but, well, we're only getting 5%, 4.5%. But if we sell the 195s, well, that's only 45 cents. But you have $5 of cushion. All right, I'll delete it here because I have it in my other one. Go, delete. WWE, the wrestling. Jeez, look at this. You go back in time and look, it just jumps out at you. Look at this weekly wide range expansion bar after that small little bottoming tail. That, you know, I'm assuming that was the all-time highs. That was a core trade right there. Look at that, a breakout on the monthly. It's getting extended, so there's really nothing to do with it right now. Well, actually, I take that back. This could be a gap and crap candidate. A partial hesitance. Well, I'll just watch it, but let me just tell you how I would like it better. This is still a bullish, you know, move here with 3-day consolidation. On climactics, we like the rapid move away from the 20. And this isn't, yes, it's far, but it's not the rapid rubber band. But nevertheless, that's a big, you know, over 10% gap. So the premiums are going to be jacked. And I'll see if we can get a short term out of the money call spread, such as Friday, tomorrow. And I'll also be watching any spider trades that expire tomorrow. As Greg showed you on the break on the intraday charts on the indices, you know, we can, whichever way it trades, we can sell an out of the money credit spread in that direction. LOXO, I just saw this one going by the ticker, and I've never heard of it before. So whenever you hear me say that, automatically I blame Greg. That's his job, to monitor all compelling patterns for us. So 158, gap is excessive, nothing to do. But I'll watch it. Here's another one I've never heard of, Junts. Junts, gapping down to 1232. That's a nasty gap all the way back down. Wow, that is a nasty gap, but it's one that it's too big. You know, when the gaps get too big, it could be, you know, kind of similar to our climactic buy and sell setups where the rubber band's extended and then you get exhaustion. So when these gaps get too big, it's kind of like that exhaustion happened in one day, one gap, as opposed to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days of overbought, oversold. And you can see here, it is finding buyers at this low number. So I have no idea what to do with that, but we'll watch it. Another one I've never heard of, Air Castle, AYR. What the heck is an Air Castle? But 2120, gapping down to here. So no trade. I mean, this might be a 30-minute high or low trade. Either I traded either way. Oh, this FTI I just posted. I just sent a quick alert to the advisory members because I like multiple time frames here. You know, this was a bearish gap under a bullish bar, bearish consolidation, but a couple things here. Bullish gap yesterday, deep into resistance. Is there a pattern yet? No, absolutely not. Let's look over here on the weekly. Major support, wide range igniting that closed through all of this multi-month consolidation. So this bar is this bar, right? I can just see it. And, you know, and through practice, you should too. This was on the cliff of a nasty breakdown at the 200. Bullish gap up, bullish close, off to the races. So there's nothing to do yet. But now, look, it's gapping at 34 bucks, which is right here. So yes, it's at resistance, whatever, but if this can take out a 30-minute high, and that's what I posted in the advisory letter alert, this is just, it's a bullish long. You can buy the stock, or we'll do a bullish option trade. Let's look at weekly and monthly. So again, 34 bucks. Yes, there's this prior high, but because of the gap, if it can get over a 30-minute high, then I think it's going to, go up further. Look at monthly. Double bottom here. Retest this double bottom, bottoming tail, chopping around for a while. And, what we just said on the smaller, gapping up there. And then if it can get through this one, it has room to 40 bucks. So I like this one, provided it holds its gap, stays strong, takes out a 30-minute high. So I'm going to put that in a thumbnail. Blink, I think Greg mentioned, we mentioned it yesterday, but it's just, there's no pattern. This is total slop. But gapping up again to 819, I have no interest in that pattern. Bison, 47.31, so it's just, gapping up from the support area. But this is another great, option traders, what kind of trade do you think is jumping out at me in light of today's gap up? Anyone? Condor, that's what I was thinking. And whenever you think Condor, there's nothing wrong with just taking the more compelling side. Like, Sajad was saying, mentioned the bullish side. But since it's gapping, it's just, the gap up is giving me more confidence in the support area. But I have 1, 2, I have 3. This is a wall. This is a beautiful sideways consolidation. The 20 is going flat. I see that the 50 is rising. Yeah, I'm going to watch this, provided it doesn't take out a 30-minute high and rip deeper into this, and then Sajad then would have it right. We'd focus just on the put side. But I'll watch him. He's a volatile little guy. Let me check how liquid the options are. Bison. Wow, was that earnings? Because and it's an ADR also, but the $45 puts that expired tomorrow are $2.55. Yeah, the expected move was $5.40. So yeah, that has to be earnings. But I'm curious to see how quick they're going to contract, volatility contraction. Bison, yep, May 17. Yep, that's earnings, which is good. We like these earnings credit spread candidates. Walmart, Greg mentioned, had this bearish gap down on whatever news, buying a company, I think. Rally to resistance. Now earnings, gapping up to 87. It's a dollar gap up. But look at this mess. It's a total mess. Let's look at the 60-minute. See my microscope? Look at this. I mean, this might even be another Condor candidate. 82 and below and 90 and above. Well, we'll just keep an eye on him. PLCE, gapping down 132.50. So, just eyeball it here. Absolutely nothing to do. We'll come back to it. JC Penney, bearish gap under support. If it didn't have this 2-bar reversal over here on the weekly, then this gap under here with these, railroad 20 and 50 declining, this looks like a core short. I mean, this looks like it's going out of business. But I just hate core shorting $3 stocks is all, because there's a higher risk of a buyout. On TTWO, sloppy here, you know, with the broader markets. Gap down, wide range igniting. Oh, that's a 60-minute chart. Let me go back to my 15. So you can see it closed the gap and is now, if it opens here, is going to be slightly over yesterday's closing price. But weekly resistance, daily's a slop. I have nothing to do there. NT's, yeah, I saw it earlier, 245, which was a very bearish gap down here. And 240, you know, this, if this takes out a 30-minute low or that pre-market low, you know, this has room to 215. So I like this one short, but remember, I watch my pre-market data. So you know, I need maybe a bearish double top on a 15, something like that. But we'll watch it. Manu is extended, but you know, this looks, it's a great put spread candidate if we can get juice. Jack 87, so it's right here ish. It's gapping to a big mess, nothing to do there. Cisco gapping down 43, bearish, but you know, I doubt we're going to get much juice. Double top on the weekly. Remember, we liked this long on this day right here, May 4th. It looked fantastic, and we said we're going to wait till after earnings. All right, I'm sure Cisco options are not even going to be open yet, but I'm going to check tomorrow, and let's just see what populates at the 46. A penny by 4 cents. So they did adjust pretty quick. But see, well, no, I don't trust. Yeah, okay, it just disappeared. The 45.5s, oh, I should have tried to pop them. They were 85 cents. The 45.5s way up here. And now they're 2 cents. Oh man, I should have tried to pop those. I was not quick enough. And again, that was the closing price. So I seriously doubt I would have gotten filled, but it would have been a nice story to tell if I did. Look at this beast. What the heck is B Core? And look at that professional gap right there. I did not see this one. Look at that breakout, daily, weekly, monthly. This, oh my God, is a no-brainer pro gap, multiple time frames long. You know, you see that tail right here, so you just drill down to the smaller time frames to get your entry or 30-minute high. That belongs in your scrapbook. I think I'll do a lesson on that later, but way too extended. I don't know why it's in my gap list. Oh, Nike, we're already in. You know, I gave a limit, and since we're in the green room for our directional, I'm not rushing into this at all. This USG was one we've been watching for a while. I'm going to set an alarm, 4170, and we'll see. All right, let's take a gander at our opens and broader markets. All right, spiders, weak. It's a lower low and lower high on the 15-minute, including pre-market data. Qs, weaker, sandwiched, resistance above, double top, support below, you know, quadruple bottom. Absolutely nothing to do right here. IWM is still relative strength. It's still the strongest one. Diamonds are a tad bit stronger, so the Qs are the weakest. Looking over our opens, Visa down 56, but we have the covered call, so that's fine. Wow, look at XOP up, nice. Wow, 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 wow. This Bizon, so maybe Sanjay called it right, and maybe just focus on the put spread side because of the morning strength and pre-market holding. Let me look. Mr. Bizon, anything for tomorrow in the 44 area? No, they only, oh man, oh no. Wait, I was looking at next week. God, I was about to get excited. I saw 40 cents for the 40s. And I'm like, that what? But I was looking at the Junes instead of the tomorrows. So the 45s are only, they're 20 by 45 cents. That's too tight for me. The 40s are 0 by 5 cents. There's nothing there. So if you wanted to go out to June, the play would be the 40.35. It's only 30 cents right now. Maybe you can play market maker and get filled on the offer because it's spready. It's 40 by 60. Let's look at FTI. Okay, see, so it's coming in, and that's not what I wanted to see, but it's fine. Because remember how many times you've heard me say, oh, it's, you know, getting selling in the morning, but we come back and look at it in 30 minutes or maybe at 2 p.m., and there's a big range expansion bar with a bottoming tail, and the real body has made its breakout. So this is, it's still a valid watch, is my point. ITB that Greg mentioned, we'll do some scanning in that sector, but, you know, gap down engulfing, so it's not time to short it. I see our bid coming in a little bit. Let me see what the price is for our weekly, just to see if we can move stop break even. Yeah, let me look at these oils, Noble, and yeah, look at Biza and Ripon. Nice, nice, nice. Noble, yes, it looks fantastic. You can just buy the high. It's 935. It looks great. I wish it had a better price void on the monthly, so it's not a core trade at all. If this just hypothetically, if these two bars were right here, here's my price void, then I would say core long. But I would say it's a swing trade. And let me close this. And I mentioned Hal, right? Let's see what Mr. Hal, same thing. It's not a core trade. The weekly and monthly are in a mess, but this is a no-brainer put play. Let's find us a trade right now. The 52s, and we aren't going to get anything for tomorrow. 52s, 25 by 29 for next week, which is 5%. It's not my 10, but it's only 8 days to expiration. You could do that naked. Going out to, let's check earnings on Mr. Hal, because I'll go all the way out to June. Wow, the 52 and a halves are 96. Here, that's a play right here. Let me check. Anyone know earnings? I'm looking. Otherwise, this is a no. July 23rd, we're good. All right, so folks, I'm doing the 52 and a half, 47 and a half put spread. It's 82 cents. Well, 52 and a half is well, that's tight. Shoot. That's, yeah, it's tighter than I thought. We could do the 50. The 50.45 is only 28 cents. But if you're willing to buy the stock, you should be willing to do a 52 and a half put spread. Or you do a covered call. So I'll kind of leave that up to you. I think I'm going to do the 50 naked for 34 cents. That's what I'm doing. Boom, I'm in. I just hit the bid. And then I did a spread in the other account. All right, that's Mr. Hal. Wow, look at Bison ripping. All right, so I'm going to give this to our all right, I just posted that, and I don't have time to write it up because I want to look for other trading opportunity. Let's see. All right, GE coming in, nothing there. WWE, let me check the gap and crap if there's a short-term call. Expiring tomorrow. They only have $48 calls, not 50s. If you went out to, wow, and they don't even have 50s or higher for next week. I mean, next month. They only have 49s. So, you know, there's no option trade, unfortunately. CHEK, that's just junk. Looking at my sector, look at Walmart's junk. Now, with this morning action, it favors a call spread. It's junk. Let me see what we can get for the 90s. The 90s for next week, only 10 cents. Jeez. We went all the way up to June, only 42 cents. Wow, they're stingy. John, it depends if you want it as a directional. If for a swing trade, it looks great. You know, I mentioned here, it's definitely not a core. We got resistance to the left. I'm just doing, I have two accounts. I shorted the 50 puts naked for 34. And I also did a 50-45 put spread in a different account for my sister, just so, you know, I don't tie up the margin. Banks coming in. XBI. Our retail coming in a little bit, but we sold a call on it yesterday, right? IYT. I'm seeing if there's anything else we have to be concerned with. And no, let me check this bib put spread that we have on. And it's fine for the monthly. I'm more concerned on our weekly one. Let me see what strikes. The 272. All right, market taking out their 10-minute lows, so we're still cautious. But oil, you know, it's a little different. So I'm okay with that trade on oil, Halliburton. 272.5 for tomorrow. Oh, the spreads are ridiculous. But it still shows a 28 cents midpoint. So I'm just going to move the stop break even. We sold them for 75 cents. I'm going to say bid a dime to close. And then move stop break even. And these are for the weeklies. Now, Pat, don't let me post this in the wrong Telegram again. like I did Nike yesterday. All right, you're adjusted. Let me look. I was just moving stop is all. But you're asking for a bearish trade? Oh, bid? I wouldn't. It's, you know, it's range bound again now. And it's a bio. I wouldn't. Look, you got, you know, a wide range breakout. You got converging 20 and 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4 kind of consolidation days, but it hasn't violated that breakout bar. And if you did something like that, I would only do it if the sector were weak. Wow, BIB is, you know, definitely lagging the sector, of course, but that's why we only did a put spread. We didn't, it wasn't a directional. I'm just looking at all our opens here again on WFC, down 82 cents. Yeah, it's kind of stalled. XLF, the sector. Well, sector, look at the sector I like. That's kind of a bull flag consolidation after a breakout. So this will be a go-to when the spiders, when we turn bullish on the spiders, which still I'm 100% nothing. Inside, narrow range, bar, body. Resistance above, support below. If it were sunny here in Lauderdale, I would say let's all just go to the beach. All right, see Greg's shorting VIAB. Hey, Greg, did you play that noise on purpose as a test to be our new sound alert?
Yes, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, but I wasn't here when you made the announcement to say, hey, here's a new rule. So here's what Greg's looking at. Breakdown, volume, under all moving averages, topping tail, and now it's a green bar. But guess what? If it takes out the low, it ain't a green bar anymore, is it? Yeah, XOP is great today. CMG is down, but you know, we have a, well, do you all like my decision to cover half yesterday? We made over 50% of max gain in a few hours. And it had 9 days to expiration. You just have to be mechanical in that sense. But that's mechanical using the charts, not mechanical not using the charts. Big difference. FTI. All right, I'm going to set an alarm at, you know, 3405. Let's just call it. Oh, that's stupid. I don't know why this trade station defaults $149 on the low side. Why do you do that? Make it a penny. Or a dollar, rather. All right, Bzone I have in my other chart. Walmart, I have no interest. I mean, that I would have liked the bear call credit spread, but there was no juice. PLCE, what are you up to? Now, see, remember, I said it's gapping right in the middle. I have no idea what to do. Now, wide range igniting on the 15-minute chart, but I still don't know what to do. I got declining 2050, but it broke out. It made a higher high yesterday, but now it's getting negated. But I still have no setup. I have no interest in that. JC Penney under. See, this is similar to Greg's trade, meaning green bar, bearish gap under support, under the low, or you can even look at this pre-market data, and the tail is here, but see all these real bodies? You could even short this under all the base of these real bodies. So under 267 would be, just a better entry than under the tail. And that would be a, swing short. TTWO. All right, see a big tail busted out, got slapped down. I got no interest in that. NT's. Ooh, okay, so remember this morning I said, look, it's bouncing. Maybe we look for a double top. And now, so here would be the entry on this one. Let it make a new low. Then go to your 5-minute chart and short the first sell setup. That is the entry on that. I'll put it in a thumbnail. And if I did a call spread, it would have to be way the heck up here. Otherwise, just a day trade short. But let me see what the 270s are, because he's a wild boy anyway. Spready and no juice for 1 week out. If we went 2 weeks out, still not worth it for a $270 stock. So that would just be a day trade based upon what I just said. And then we play it by ear into the close if you want to hold some or not. Manu, it's junk. Jack, gap is a bearish gap, but now it's a bottoming tail. It's a mess on all time frames. I'm not messing. Is that a double negative? I'm not messing with mess. Cisco. Okay, it's green, So had a wide range breakdown, and now it's breaking through pre-market resistance. But no trade. I have no idea what to do with this thing, other than that call spread, which there was no juice. B-Core. I'm gonna start watching this guy. Let me put him on my other computer. And I call him. I'm adding him to my toy collection. How does that sound? My toy collection is what I go to, high volatility, when I just want to scan to see if there's an opportunity. All right, Nike. So now we got, filled at our price improvement. Now, if you're in the green room, obviously, which you are, I still think you can get a better price. Let's look at the markets here again. Spiders still big fat neutral, but new low, bottoming tail, now deep retracement into this pre-market pivot area here. Look, yeah, IWM looks great. IWM is the strongest of the sectors that we've been talking about. Diamonds, a mess. Qs, a mess. Let's see what the FANGs are up to. Apple, nothing. Google, nothing. Facebook. That's kind of a buy setup, but I would like a better reversal bar on the daily. It's a nice reversal bar here on the 15 because of this range expansion. But in terms of the daily chart, and maybe it'll be a big reversal at the end of the day. But Facebook, is the most interesting long of the things that I've looked at so far. Netflix, and it could be a put candidate over. Over yesterday's high is more comfort, of course, confidence, but then you aren't going to get paid as much. Let's see what we could get paid for 320 or whatever that expires tomorrow. And I will be watching this one for a put spread for next week when the market holds. And, you know, maybe it'll be in the weekend letter, you know, let it go sideways a little bit more. The 320 ain't bad. 320, 315 is 40 cents. It's 400 bucks on a 10 lot. Let's see where the 320 is. Let me move it back to 15-minute chart. 320 is under these lows. So if the market's holding, so it's a two-part test. If the market's holding over today's high, is an idea. I mean, I'm not rushing into anything. But, you know, 40 cents on a 5 lot for 2 days of expiration. Rare for Tim. If it's under the bottoming tail, then yes. And how much are you getting paid? Oh, biotech. All right, well, that's up to you. But I like the pattern. Yeah. Yeah, you got, you know, weekly, monthly, an agreement. I wouldn't do a directional, and you're not, of course. But, you know, wide range, closing, breakout. You know, it has some resistance here, but we don't care. Let's look at the 60. I have a feeling it's going to be too spready. Yeah, I'll say 0 by 60 for tomorrow's. Yeah, dude, no, Tim. Shame on you. You should have looked at the spreads first. You know, the 60s for June, 25 by 290. Don't even think about it. Where did that sign come from? All right, so my USG alarm went off. I'm just going to set it higher now, 81.90. Who said that? Some comedian. Don't even think about it. Yeah, it was in a New York accent. Don't even think about it. That's what I'm going to play for rare. Yeah. Sanjay, you come up with some good stuff. I love it. So what? Yeah, YY's in my toy box. Let's see where our entry would be. And you were right on that BZUN, BZUN, that you were just wanted to do the put side. And well, and I said, I don't know, let me, you know, watch it, but the put side definitely worked out. All right, YY. The 102s for tomorrow are only 10 by 30, so that's a no-go. There's a lot. I like the juice. I like the juice for next week. Did you check earnings? Well, these aren't too bad. It's just he's a volatile animal. And it's what's spready, though, is a big problem. I can't give that. But if you want to trade it and you can get a good credit for next week, then I like it. Let me see if the Junes are more liquid. Yeah, the Junes. We could do the 95.85. Let me check earnings real quick. Yeah, that is more comfort for me. All right, June 9, so that's the problem. Spot, call spread. All right, Spotify. Wow, look at this Halliburton. That was my only trade of the day. And I just hit the mouse so fast. Nice. Spot, run. 162. Now, I would rather do the 165 because it's only 20 cents different on the bid. But because of the wide spreads, you're going to have to play around with the midpoint because he's a little bit illiquid. So the 162.5, 170, that's $5 wide, 60 cents if you can get filled. Yeah, I like it. And then we have a $2.50 more of cushion. And the stop has to be, yesterday's high. It can't be today's high. Yeah, if you don't mind 8 days of risk, you got your stop. It's just another play, sure. DPLO, yeah, looks higher. Getting far from the moving averages a little bit, but it looks higher. Look at the NTs, didn't give me that bounce. FTI, has a reversal bar here. So it has a minor bottoming tail now. So it's still worth watching, as I said. So, Greg, do you like that spot that I just said? We could give that to the weekly traders.
I posted it down.
Oh, you just said look. Look doesn't mean do it.
If I put it there, it means as long as you like the options, it's good.
All right. Well, I'm doing a different strike, but yeah, let me post them. No, look. All right. We got to get our lingo closer.
I didn't post it, Pat, but I'm short AMAT.
All right, I got filled immediately at the midpoint of 60 and it's spreading. So what that's telling me is try to get price improvement higher. Try 70 cents. I'm sorry. Yes, 70 cents. And I'll just, yeah, I'll tell them around 70.
transports are moving up. Right at the top of the range. See what they do.
All right, let me look, Dan. Yeah, well, hold on. The question is, okay, market's holding. So the question is, do you want to do 30-minute high or this pre-market resistance of 34.12? But I like this 2-bar reversal. And remember when it was coming down, I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with this. Let's keep watching it. Why don't we be safe and say over the 34.12? And I'm not going to make it official, but look at this Bison. But I'm going to check the puts on it. Nice move. I would not have predicted that. But it is what it is. You just watch it in the first 30 minutes in a thumbnail. All right, let me check. I would love to sell a put spread on this instead. So I have no problem going out to June, particularly because I don't have weeklies. And I would even do a 32. 32 is 40 by 50. So if you did a 32, I had 32.30, which is $3. It's $2 wide, right? So 10% of $2 is 20 cents, and the midpoint now is 30 cents. And here's your 32 strike. Or you can do 31 naked for 25 cents. So those are just some ideas. Win, let me look. All right, so market getting a little bit of a confidence now. It's not a swing pattern to me, the deeper tracement, but it could be a put selling candidate. It made a new low, bottoming tail, engulfing bar, trying to break out intraday at this prior major support. Oh, and this guy's juicy. Let's see if there's a 190 for tomorrow. That would interest me. All right, so now with the markets moving up, I am looking for put selling candidates that expire tomorrow, like this win. Wow, 190s are only 30 cents by 39. That's not much juice. If you wanted to go out further, you can do the 187.5. $60 minutes. You know, 187.5 is way down here. And your stop would still be, you know, under this congestion. And then you can get your 51 cents for that. So that's an idea. This QEP I've been watching. Yeah, the ideal entry was over here. Yeah, this is another oil stock that Greg found for us when we were scanning oils last week. All right, all of our opens are fine. So nothing to do there. Some of these other sectors from yesterday, XME is moving. Metals and mining.
And what do you, it's not much money, but what do you think about, you said selling candidates for tomorrow, selling a $42 put on Cisco. You're only going to get 20 cents, but.
I like it. That's $200. And, you know, the volatility is still high post earnings, and it's taken out the 30-minute high. I like it. Here, I'm going to pop some. At 42. Wait, the 42 is only a penny by 3 pennies. You're looking at the 43.5.
My option thing didn't flip with the other one. I have them separated.
I was ready to pop those.
Yeah.
Let me look at spiders, what we can get paid. All right, so spiders. I would do yesterday's low, which is 271. Well, that's 35 cents. That ain't bad. You can even go 270.5 for 26 cents. That's $260. So let's see here. What strike do we want to do? Or, you know, further here is under this, which is a 270, and that's 20 cents. You know, if it expired today, that would be an absolute no-brainer. You know, I'd do a 50 lot. But it's not. So we just have to discuss what is reality, which is I'm going to watch a 5-minute pullback and consider that. We're, you know, had a nice move here. And now it's time to watch the pullback. Netflix is popping. Let me see what I can get paid for 3 1/4 or 322.5. Wow, it's juicy. I like it. We could do the 322.5, 317.5 for 46 cents. So here's my 322.5 under this low. Look, it's right there, folks. But I mean, look at this 60-minute bar. There's a topping tail at resistance, so it's not ready quite yet. But let's watch it on a 5-minute chart. So that's a candidate that I'm going to watch. It's 48 cents. And if you even wanted more cushion, then drop down another $2.50. So let me see what that would bring us. The 320, 315, 29 cents. So you see how you have to make a judgment call of cushion to your risk profile for the premium received. And that's what I try to teach people, that you can make your own decisions. Now, personally, I like this one better. Why? Because I like higher probability of profit, even if I'm taking in less premium. So I'm going to do the 320, 315 when this sets up, 280 bucks. And it's, you know, it's not ready for a swing. So, you know, just to be very clear, this is just a one, or it's really 2-day, right? Day and a half income trade. And we're just calling a bottom for a day and a half. That's it. It's not ready for a swing. What else? This is time we should be hunting for watch items. So look, WWE, there was no strike. I cannot believe fundamentals, or funnymentals, as I call them. Who watches wrestling anymore? I mean, maybe these guys deal drugs also, or, you know, they're into marijuana. I don't know, but what made a wrestling company go from 20 to 50 in a couple months? McMahon, what does that mean? I'm going to put it in my other computer. You know, I'm just interesting. Then, yeah, but what do they do? Wow, this is a nice pro gap. LOXO. You know, when I see patterns like this and I've never heard of them, I'm just curious what they do. What the heck is a LOXO? Ah, really? Sports gambling. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, but Thomas, here's a question for you. Why didn't it go up 2 days ago? Or it did, but I mean, all right, this LOXO, oncology targeted drugs show promise in early trial. So LOXO is a bio. All right, so look, it didn't rally as much as the casino stocks did. In fact, the ruling came out 3 days ago and it did absolutely nothing. And I wonder what happened on this gap down bar. Look, that was a beautiful 1, 2, 3. I mean, a pseudo 1, 2, 3 is not textbook, but it, you know, had that little inside bar. And then that was a beautiful setup back then in early May. I'm going to put him in my toy box. But LOXO, no, I don't trade bios. Remember we said I don't know what's to do on this. So here's my pre-market, and it's just churning. Look at the volume. My God, look at this volume, and it's 1016. But that's an ugly bar. I'll keep him there and see what happens. Now this one, you know, we said was a bearish gap, but it's right smack in the middle, nothing to do. But it did, you know, break below pre-market support. But I have no interest in that. All right, the FTI, well, I'm still watching. PLCE, you know, a mess. Cisco. Now this is our Nike. We're still fine. I have that in the other computer. I have a new alarm on USG, ITG. See, now it's bouncing too much for me. You know, we'll still watch them. This was a bullish gap that I am watching on a pullback because I like the weekly. So I'll keep him there. Here's Bitcoin. Is doing nothing again. Hey, how's that Riot? Piece of junk. Well, now Riot's a 1, 2, 3. Over the high. Greg told me it's going to 14 bucks yesterday. So, and he doesn't lie. Mueller Trump card. Nice. Have you ever used Heiken Ashley candlesticks? No. I mean, yeah, Pac-Man, I obviously, when I started trading, I read you know, the classical technical, you know, books. Was it Steve? Who's the candlestick guy? Steve, what's his name? And yeah, so I had all those things memorized back then. But Nissan, yeah. So we don't care about the names. We just teach you how to interpret the meanings of the patterns. You know, of each we start with the meaning of the candlestick, and then it's like putting, you know, blocks together. Then you just put the candlesticks together, and it forms a pattern which gives messages. Stephen Bigelow, was that a movie? I remember some Bigelow movie which was a comedy. Deuce and Packet. Yeah, it was a funny movie. Look at our Halliburton new high. Nice trade there. And Sanjay mentioned Noble, which nice trade too. Nice job, both of those. All right, our Intel is flat, FTR green, CSX fine, XBI. I can't. Well, no, I didn't cancel XBI, so maybe it got filled today. Let me see. No, because see this bar right here. That's when I said sell a put spread over the high, and because of the gap up on Monday, we never got filled. You prefer regular minute candles? Well, I'm not sure what that means. I use candlesticks on everything, as you see my charts, and then it just depends on what time frame I'm using. But I'm not a day trader, so I don't use 1 or 2 minute charts. The 5 is the lowest I'll go down to, which I have on my other charting system over here. All right, alarm on FTI went off. Yeah, it looks good. Let me post this because I was in a rush earlier when I posted that. Halliburton. Let me get that posted in the spreadsheet. Weekly, the Dow, David. Oh wait, David. Weekly look nice. I'm looking up what stock, David. I don't want to confuse you with Tim's Dow. All right, let's just updating that. Diamonds, yeah, diamonds are much better now. Now it's not, it's not a slam dunk swing. We're still kind of range bound, but I do like today's action. Negating the morning weakness, and now we're over yesterday's high. And yeah, look at the weekly here. Look at all these football players. Look at all these football players. We are totally sandwiched in between there. But then we go down to the smaller time frames and trade that. I like the monthly on the diamonds. Buy setup. M. Wow. Remember we were watching that yesterday morning here, and it got sloppy here. And then I, went to a meeting or whatever, and it busted out. It does look good, David. You just have to, what type of trade is it to you? Are you doing a directional, an option? Where's your stop going to be? But this bullish 15-minute with this minor bottoming tail, I don't think it should take out today's low, even as a swing trade. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Remember UAA we were watching? Hey, that's, kind of a 1, 2, 3 now. I like UAA. Look at the 15-minute. I like this right here, actually. Let me see if we can, what we can get for the 18 or 19s. Or, directional too. It looks good. All right, going out to June. The 20s are tight, but remember, like I said, if you're willing to buy the stock, you should be willing to sell an at the money put. So the 20s are 65 cents, which is a 3% hedge. That's 3%, 65 cents of $20. I like it. Let's sell this $20 in 17 and a half. It's huge premium. The 7th, I wish they had a $19 put. They don't. But let me go 1 week earlier. And typically they do, and they do. So the 22 days to expiration, because it's the weeklies, the 1917 is 18 cents midpoint. I'm going to try to get 20. I'm going to do that, 1920 for 20. All right, I didn't get filled, but I like it. I'll just leave my 20 cent there. Let's see if I get filled on a pullback. If it didn't have this resistance right here, if it were more fluid, then I would say it's a core long. It's just, for a swing trade, it looks great, but the weekly is coming up to this resistance. So I'll just leave my put spread out there. David on M. Well, yeah, they're always going to be more spready on the weeklies just because they aren't as liquid. But they didn't have a 19 strike on the main regular June. And so the way around that is to go 1 week earlier because they have different strikes. Okay, the FTR that expires tomorrow, it's 0 by 10 cents. I'm just going to tighten the stop. Because, you know, the midpoint is 5 cents. So let me just adjust that and tighten the stop. Oh, I just got filled on my UAA at that 20 cents. Well, actually, I said to bid 5 cents for FTR, so it's filled. All right, so FTR is done. NVIDIA, let me look. Let me just post this closed real quick on FTR. All right, he's updated. And I can delete FTR. NVIDIA, a buy setup. It's not a clean one. Why, David? A gap down, topping tail, lower high, red bar, wide range igniting. It's stabilized. So I wouldn't mind selling a put spread that expires tomorrow, but that is not a clean buy setup for us. We want uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, rising 20, rising 50, and we want the retracement to come back in a nice controlled manner. But you're giving me an idea here of the 244s. Let's see what they look like. Well, they don't have 244s, but you know, the 245s are naked or 45 cents. So that could be an idea if you know, but naked's going to eat a lot of margin, not margin, capital requirement. ARWR. Weekly 1, 2, 3. I don't like this big red bar from what's today, Thursday, from Monday. But I like the monthly breakout. It's very sloppy. What type of trade are you considering? Never even heard of him. ARWR. The $9 naked puts for June are 40 cents. That's pretty massive, right? Because what's 10% of, or 1% of $9? 9 cents, right? And if you're getting 40 cents, so that's 8 times 9 is, so 8, 7 times 5, it's like 8%. Oh, it's a pharma, no wonder. That's why. Well, yeah, so on your if it's a day trade, then sure, go to your 15 or 5-minute chart and wait for a pullback, because you see here on my 15, it's 4 green bars in a row. But yeah, the pharmas, bios, they have massive juice most of the time. Let's look at some of my regular toy stocks. That's whatever IGT we were watching. See, we did not get our pullback we were looking for. LVS is breaking out. MGM, Penn. Wow, look at that Penn. It's been on a tear. The Red Roof Inn is breaking out, but it's at resistance on the weekly. Any other casino stocks you all like? All right, I'm just going to look at some of these other fencers, garbage, B-Core. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to watch that one. Zebra. Hey, I like the zebra. Do y'all like animals? Tell me why I like zebras. Look at that beautiful animal. While you're looking at it, I'm going to check earnings. And I'm hopefully it was on that gap day. And it was May 8th. Look at this. This is another multiple time frame in alignment. Here, I'm going to have to do 2 lessons now. Let me write myself a note. So it's zebra. And what was the other one this morning? Do y'all remember? When I said multiple time frames in alignment, I forget. Oh well, the zebra's enough. Luxo? No, because the monthly's extended, but I think, Tim, you're on the right path. It was something that was just breaking out on all time frames. It wasn't this. It was B-Core. Yeah, B-Core with this gap. See, it was B-Core. So let me send myself a note on that. Yeah, so B-Core was a gap breakout play. All right, back to zebra, and see, we have time to enter this one. So anyway, look, folks, pro gap, wide range igniting. It had the topping tail, and I think that's why I held off on it. Then the red bar, I held off on it. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 inside bars, rising 20, rising 50. I have higher low, I have a bottoming tail, higher low bar, higher low bar. It's getting tight. It's getting tight. So my entry is yesterday's high. And that's a no-brainer income and directional trade. I love it. All right, market popping here. Greg, you see anything else that's more immediate attention as I write up the old zebra? But I'm going to check a put spread on zebra right now, even before it breaks out, because the market's holding. I mean, even the zebra, it's spready, but the 155s for tomorrow are 55 by 90. Let's even assume you can get filled at 70 cents. I know it's tight, but it could be a candidate of if it expires in the money, you just roll it the next week. You see my point? Wow, I'm tempted to do that. It's spready. All right, wow, this is juicy. I thought I checked earnings. Yeah, it's July. This is juicy. Let's do the 145. Well, 145, 140 is 52 cents. But look at the cushion I have. 145 is way the heck down here. I mean, you could do the 150s. So here's another example of how much premium do you want for the cushion. I'm going to do some of these 145s right now. I'm just going to do, and it's 52 cents and it's spready. So I'm going to try to get 60 cents. All right, no fill, so I'll just leave it there for a few minutes. CTRL. Yeah. I mean, it's like it doesn't have the horsepower, though, is my only concern. Yes, it's a pro gap, and but I like the monthly and weekly. Well, the weekly has resistance here, but yeah, it ain't bad. Yeah, Mike, let me come back to Zebra. June, unless you wanted to sell a 155 that expires tomorrow, and I think I'm going to do some of those too. I'm going to do two different strikes for June. I'm going to do the. I have an order out there. 145, 140. I'm also going to do 140. I'm sorry, 150. 150, 135, because I don't even care about the out of the money one. Midpoint is 182. I just sent it at 190. All right, we need to get more bullish here, folks. All right, let me post this one real quick for our people. Oh, shoot, I just messed something up. Why do I have friggin' price over here on the left? All right, I messed something up, but that's what happens when I go messing around with buttons. All right, yeah, I want this directional and income trade. You know what? I'm gonna sell some for tomorrow too. Let's see. I found that zebra just by scanning my my what I call my toy box. Which is, you know, my go-tos. All right, I'm here, folks. I'm just posting this trade for our weekly subscribers, and then I got to write up some 2 trades for the other letter. Look at that, FTI is going, so whoever was watching that, nice job. But you see how we found that from our gap list. All right, nice, Dan. Nice job. Yeah, we had a lot of good candidates here today. So this is actually turning out to be a better day than I thought, but we played it 100% proper, right? We were chilling, watching, searching, scanning, found patterns, and then we enter them. Wow, the 150, 140s for Zebra. Wow, it's $1.50. That's nice juice. So that's 15% juice, right? All right, because those are spreading, I'm going to try to get us a dime price improvement. All right, so the zebra for the longer ones, I'm changing it to over the highs just to, you know, give us more, since it's a June expiration, I just want to be more confident. All right, that's done. Oh, you know what though? I just did a, darn it. I had proper thinking, but I had wrong execution. Because when I said just for the weekly, and I said roll it to next week, if it closes in the money, there's not one next week. Shoot. So I think I'm going to tell them to hold off on the weekly one. If you don't mind holding till June, then by all means, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I just sent an update comment that said that. DHI. Yeah, we got stuck. We had a put spread on that and got stopped out. So, you know, that whole sector with bonds falling, interest rates rising. And they still look lower. Look at bonds here. You know, pro gap down, 2 bars couldn't bounce. Now we got a tiny little bar hanging. That's a cliffhanger right there. Look at it. Doesn't that just yell at you? Not yell, but just scream out that I'm barely holding on. Look at the monthly, weekly wide range bar. That is ugly. So tomorrow, we're going to have to make some rolling decisions. Wow, this XLE, shoot, we've been capping our gains. Oh, well. Oh, really? Oh, it says that it's still sharing. Oh, well. All right, let me do it again.
It's still there, Dan. I see it.
Oh, okay. Now, see, today we could have asked ourselves, should we buy to close our short call option? Now, again, we did not lose money, but we nailed this thing way down here. So our cost basis is like, $70 or whatever. And we sold 3 sets of call options, which means our basis is actually, well, here, let me just tell you what our basis is instead of guessing. Our cost basis, $68.41. But we're capping our gains because of the short call. But I'll still roll it for next week. But I'll do it tomorrow. XOP, we just have a put spread, but that was a bullish day. At least I got us, into Halliburton, but No, I can't wish that we did a directional, but that and the Sanjay's NBL were both very nice. Our cake, we have a covered call, XRT. We sold the 48s, but that's fine. All right, just going. Market going up. Any other? I'm just answering the question here. All right, so you all talked about, yeah, I'm looking for more opportunities. So Netflix worked. Okay, very good. Here, let me get rid of my pre-market data now. So I know one of you took that, so nice job. But with this morning action, I know it's 11 o'clock here, but this is nice action now. So if we get a pullback, that'll be ideal over lunch. Any advice on adding covered call on MU now? Definitely. If you're long the stock, definitely. It's lagging today, gap down. Just sell the 57 or higher, and you pick whatever expiration you want. Definitely. Yeah, that spider for tomorrow. See, I just started looking at other stuff, but I mentioned earlier, yeah, the 270 and a half, 271. So Mike, what strike are you looking for, and what premium can you get? That's the only question. But otherwise, yeah, definitely. And Facebook, all right, Facebook is better now. Remember this morning that, I wanted a more confident bar. I wanted to get deeper into this resistance. Let's see what we can get from 182.50 tomorrow. $0.40. You could do the 182.50 by the 177. So that's $5 wide for 36 cents. Not bad. I mean, if it closes like this, we aren't going to, it's 36 cents now. We aren't going to get 36 cents after 2 p.m. But, well, we might if the stock comes in a little bit. But this is another idea. 10 lot, 360 bucks. MU, May 25, 57 and a half. Sure, what can you get paid? But yeah, that totally makes sense, sure. Wow, look at our Intel looking better. Now we have a monthly put spread, but now, you know, we had this ugly red bar, but it's healed itself. See, it's been in the hospital for all these days. The first day, 2 days, it was in intensive care. Then, you know, they put it down the hall. Then they put it down as other, you know, saying you only got a week to go and then we're discharging you. Today, they're discharging Intel. Look, it's now healed. So let's put on some more trades. I mean, not this second because the market's overbought and it's 11 a.m. But this looks great if it closes strong. Even though, you know, I love selling premium that expires tomorrow, particularly on something like this that I don't mind rolling. So I'll even, let's see what we can get. Well, the 55s are 17 cents. But do the math, folks. If you sell a 55 for 17, what's your cost basis? Quick. Sanjay, what is it? Correct. 54.83. So look, here is your cost basis. And then you just roll that to next week. It's just the market is on my 10-minute chart is just straight up. So I can't do it right now, but I will into the close. Or we could go out to next week and give ourselves a little bit of a cushion. And 53.5, we can get 20 cents. If you want to go out to June, the 52.5, I like this one. It's 47 cents. I like it. So the 52.5, 49 is 36. So that's $3.50 wide. So that's perfectly matching my 10% rule. Here, let me just type it in here. And you know what I'm going to do? The midpoint is 37. I'm going to put a 5 lot out here for 45 cents. Let me try to get a little price improvement. Cent. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll post it official later, you know, after lunch. I don't want to do it now. All right, Alta, come on, Alta. Put in the right symbol first. Looks great. Man, Sanjay, did you take Greg's course on technical analysis? Because you come up with some great stuff. And I just know option-wise, it's, you know, I just know Alta spready. But I would love to sell a 250 that expired tomorrow. It's 30 by 70, so that's spreading. Go out to the June. How about the 2? It's very juicy. I love it. There has to be earnings because it's very juicy for June. Let me look. And then Greg, I got to go here in a few minutes. Meet the painter.
Earnings are the 31st.
Yep, that's fine. So let me look prior to the 31st, which doesn't exist. It's only next week. So May 25 is the only option, but it's still juicy. How about we could do the 245? It's spreading. 245, 235 is 90. I like it, Sanjay. So I'm not going to do it now. I'll just say what I'm watching. Alta, 525, 245, 235 for, I'll say $1. And the reason I say $1 is because it's 90 cents right now. Okay, see market coming in, so we're done. We're done for lunch. So whether you want to go to the gym or the beach or take lunch or a nap, now's the time to do it. Let's just build our watch list for the afternoon. Now I'm tempted to put in a small lot. See, now it's already 105, this midpoint. Wow, that was in a minute. Yeah, I just hate putting orders in when I'm away. But I'm tempted just to do a tiny lot of, you know, see if I could get $1.30. And then here's another example. You can go $5 lower. 240, 235 is 40 cents. And you just increase it to 50 and see if you get filled. So that meets my 10% rule, plus look how far away the 240 is. So that gives you a tremendous amount of cushion. So that's what I'm going to do. Here, I'm going to try to sell a 5 lot at 50 cents right now. So the market's coming in, but I still think this should hold on a retracement. You know, it better hold, you know, 253 area. Yeah, I did a tiny lot on the Junes already, but I changed the alert. Oh, you did it. Oh, gotcha, for tomorrow. But you saw the caveat about, you know, you can't roll it for until next week. But yeah, I'm gonna try a small lot here at 50 cents. Hold, okay, no instant fill, so that means I need price improvement. But yeah, on my zebra, I'll just roll them. So, you know how we talk about rolling all the time? The correct lingo on zebra would be, we would roll out in time, okay? So it's called rolling out and down, because I would roll my 155 to the 150s. And I still will get a credit because of time premium. I got 29 days left. And this is an intelligent roll because I have bullish daily, weekly, monthly. It's not a, you know, pattern destroyed, go into hope mode roll.